All-Americans that will be traveling to London.
We welcome you back again to the Tiernan Center. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties that we've had just trying to get things working here tonight, but sometimes the technology that we work out doesn't always work according to plan. We're a little bit behind. The game has not started yet. We're still several minutes away from the tip-off of tonight's contest. When we come back, though, in a couple of minutes, we'll get keys to tonight's game. We'll ask Kyle Ingram, who's joining us tonight on the broadcast, to talk a little bit about what to expect and what it's going to take for the Red Devils to get just their second win of the season. And if we get an opportunity, we'll also check out what is going on in the NCC and some of the other games around the area as well. Stay right there. This is Richmond basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports, and this is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time, which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all hand-picked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarSales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars. We are back at the Tiernan Center, and I hope that the Red Devils play much better than what we have had to experience here tonight. And I've told Kyle a little bit ago, I love the technology, but there's just sometimes when the computer doesn't like talking to the board, and the board doesn't like talking to the camera, and pretty soon it's like a marriage. You're okay until things fall apart, and then you get a divorce. Well, they were divorcing each other, so...
And she is always right.
Yes. All right, before we get started, let's talk a little bit about the keys to tonight's game.
Well, Troy, I think first and foremost, touched on it a little bit earlier about the fact that Richmond has to respect who it is they're playing tonight.
Yeah.
The Chargers have 4 wins. You know, they've beaten a good Indianapolis-Washington team and another school from over there, Indianapolis International. They're good, solid programs, albeit maybe in a smaller class, but good, solid basketball teams. So first and foremost, they need to respect who it is that they're playing tonight. I think they need to limit, as within any game, your turnovers. And a turnover isn't necessarily a travel, a ball thrown away. It could be as simple as a failure to block out that allows a team to get a putback for a couple of points. But on the same, at the same point, though, the turnover game defensively, they need to create turnovers. So play fast but smart, and there's not a shot clock in high school basketball.
Yeah.
So in transition, understand, hopefully the Devils will understand when they've got numbers. Yeah. And when they don't have those numbers, let's pull it back out and let's make them, the Chargers, work hard defensively. The one thing that most kids don't like to do, and that's work on the defensive end. Yeah. So let's make them work hard to the point where they just run out of patience, and maybe we get an easy bucket.
And Richmond does that well in transition, especially when they get a nice steal. And we've seen them do that many times. That's their best part of their game. All right, here are the starters for tonight. Let's go with the Chargers of Central Christian. Kobe Simmons is a 6'1 guard. He's a sophomore. He wears number 11. 6 foot and a junior, also at guard, is Michael Roberson. Roberson wears number 13. Zeke Brown, number 15, is 6'3 forward. He's a sophomore. Number 21, Marquise Humphreys, a 5'10 guard. He's senior, number 21. And Joshua Clanton is a 6'2 forward, a senior, wearing number 23. So again, it'll be Simmons, Roberson, Brown, Humphrey, and Clayton for the Red Devils. They'll go like this tonight. Ricky Wedlow, a 6-foot freshman wearing number 1. Keyshawn Clemens is a 6'6 junior, number 2. Trey Griffin, a 5'11 senior, number 3. Christian Harvey is a 6-foot junior, number 20. And A.J. Ferguson is a 6-foot senior, and he wears number 24. So again, for the Red Devils tonight, it'll be Wedlow, Clemens, Griffin, Harvey, and Ferguson. Right now, the Red Devils with this lineup are potentially the best lineup they have, even from a rebounding standpoint, because you have A.J. Ferguson and Keyshawn Clemens in the ball game at the same time. And when A.J. Ferguson and Keyshawn Clemens give you anything, this is a better basketball team. There you see the Red Devils, and we're ready to get this one underway here tonight. Richmond will be in their home whites final game before the holiday break, and then we start thinking about next week and the Wedig tournament. And one thing that Coach did say, and we had the pregame interrupted a little bit ago because of the technical problems, but now that we've got that fixed, the one thing he said that tonight we're going to see some of these guys come off the bench. They're going to get an opportunity to show what they can do. It may open up the door for some of these younger players in tonight's game. Clemens will jump it up in the middle against Michael Roberson. Or is that going to be, that's going to be Clanton. Clanton at 6'2", just a freshman. And the Red Devils will have the basketball first. And so Richmond, see what they've made the necessary adjustments to this offense. Of course, Coach Wedlow always says he gives them plenty of freedom. Just a matter of do they take advantage of the freedom. Ferguson back out to Wedlow. In the corner, here's Trey Griffin for 3. Missed it. A.J. Ferguson a rebound. The kick out to Wedlow. His three-pointer good.
Well, good start. 2 good open looks.
So the Red Devils get on the board. Are leading this one early, 3-0. Wedlow, since he's been in the starting lineup, has played extremely well. There's a turnover for Central Christian, and the Red Devils will have the basketball for the second time tonight. This is Wedlow once again, off now to Harvey. Harvey, one of the leading scorers in the NCC. In fact, I think going into tonight's action, he is the leading scorer in the North Central Conference. Harvey driving by one defender, ball stripped out of his hands, turnover Richmond. And that'll be their first turnover, and then Harvey comes back and gets the steal, and they'll wave it off and call him for a travel. So 2 turnovers by Richmond, and 2 turnovers early by Central Christian. Red Devils, you see right there, will show some pressure once again. Generally, it's pretty soft, but they will trap, and you see it right there. They feel they can turn this team over here tonight. Simmons in the backcourt gets it across to Humphrey down low, and there's a layup. There's Roberson averaging 25 points per game.
Just didn't drop soon enough defensively, Troy.
So 3-2 ball game. Here's a 17-footer, no good by Wedlow. Ball will go out of bounds, and it will be Charger basketball. You know, Richmond has had a tendency. I mean, they've got off to a couple of good starts, but sometimes it takes them a little bit of time to get rolling.
Well, I think that comes with youth. You just kind of figure out what they're going to be able to do tonight, and the key thing would be not to panic.
Baseline drive by Humphrey, turnover number 3 now on Central Christian, so they have 3 turnovers. The Red Devils 2 turnovers. Wedlow driving under the basket to Griffin in the corner for 3. Got it, Trey Griffin. So another 3 for the Red Devils.
And both those threes that Richmond has converted have been set up by penetration.
Exactly.
An open look there in the corner that we missed initially, but then the offensive rebound and the kick out to an open 3. Those are just things that Richmond's going to have to do tonight, I think, to gain some confidence amongst themselves and allow some of these younger kids on the bench to kind of get involved as well.
Central Christian will inbound on the sideline. Zeke Brown, a 6'3" forward, more of a wing player. This young man's a freshman. That's Clanton for 3, and he nailed it.
2-point bucket.
Nope, they're going to say just a 2, so they say he was on the line. So we'll take one away from that. So Clanton gets his first points of the night. Here's Wedlow once again off the left wing. 5.5 remaining here in the opening period.
That last possession by Central Christian, there was absolutely no contest on the jump shot.
Yeah.
Just sit there and watch him shoot it. Get a hand up. Get a hand in the face.
Wedlow, the roll by A.J. Ferguson. Outside to Griffin. Another 3. Gets it again. Trey Griffin. And the Red Devils now shooting well from the outside. That's their third three-pointer. Now lead this one 9-4. Well, the good thing when it's falling and everything's fine. When it's not falling is when I'm more concerned. Roberson misses that jumper.
What's the old saying? Live and die by the 3?
Exactly.
But one thing Richmond's shown earlier tonight is the ability to penetrate.
Here's a mid-range jumper. We were just talking about that a few moments ago as that one is missed short by Christian Harvey. Not many players have a mid-range jumper. Here's Humphrey in the right corner. The kick outside to Simmons. And now Central Christian will set things up in the half court with 4:25 remaining. Here's the drive by Brown. Turns and traveled with it. Yep.
Good, nice call.
So here's Tylee Hampton coming off the bench for the Red Devils tonight. And setting down will be Christian Harvey. So Harvey to the bench halfway through the opening period of play. Not a big crowd here tonight, as you expect with the holidays coming up. Wedlow drives, has it stripped out of his hands. A.J. Ferguson led wide open, and he missed it. And the rebound by Zeke Brown. Boy, you'd love to see A.J. hit that jumper, be more of a threat offensively. The Red Devils just don't get much out of their post. Here's Roberson on the drive. Baseline shot up and good. That is Clanton. And it's a 3-point ball game. Clanton with 4. Here is Clemens. Blocked from behind by Clanton. Here come the Chargers. Ball tipped in the air off the pass by Simmons. 5th turnover by Central Christian. Back the other way. Here's Griffin, and he's going to be fouled on the way up. And I think that foul will be on Roberson.
I'm not sure we got away with one there.
Number 23, Joshua Clanton. That'll be the
So they're going to say Clanton on the foul. That'll be his first, team foul number 1. Both teams with 1. There you see the senior Trey Griffin, 6 points here in the opening period of play. You know, the thing is about a game like this, too, and you play in North Central, you play some of those 4A teams. How hard is it to get up? You've coached softball where you play a team that may be a 1A, and you think, well, they're not as good. Your players got to find a way to get up for it.
And I think that for the most part, the kids understand once the competition starts, those competitive juices start to flow. And with a young team like we've mentioned earlier tonight with Richmond, I think it's just a matter of getting comfortable with themselves and who they are tonight.
Roberson stripped out of his hands. Turnover number 6. Trey Griffin will
Nice
find
pass.
Wedlow, and then a block shot. Wow, that's a pretty good block right there. As it looked like Humphrey got up. Marquise Humphrey's going to be called for the foul, and say he got him with a body.
Well, you know, a lot of times when you have a blocked shot, Troy, at the basket, at this level, the offensive, at any level actually, the offensive player is going to the basket. And the defender normally jumps straight up. Very rarely do you see a defender at the basket jump at an offensive player.
Right.
And in this case here, I think we probably got away with one. Larry Gwynn there, the official, good official, good man. Might have missed that one, but I'm not going to go much further than that.
Both free throws good by Wedlow. Wedlow now with 5. And we've got a foul on Richmond. It's going to go against Tylee Hampton, or is it Wedlow?
Number 1.
So it will be Wedlow. Picked up his first. Each team with 2. 6 turnovers by Central Christian. 2 turnovers by Richmond, and it will be Charger basketball. 7-point lead, biggest lead of the ball game so far. Here's Brown.
And there's a hold.
Yep, they're going to get Leverett, Marcus Leverett in the ball game for the Red Devils. They really count on him to play good defense. But he picks up the foul, third team foul, 2:51 to go here in the opening period.
Well, I like the aggressiveness so far from Richmond defensively. We just have to be a little bit smarter with when they can take advantage of an opportunity to steal the basketball. Not everything, there's another foul. They need to just slow down, calm down, understand that a bad shot by the opponent or forcing the opponent by playing great defense into a turnover is just as beneficial as a steal. You're not going to make a steal at this level night in and night out every time you think you're going to want an opportunity to do that.
By the way, the foul on Hampton, his first. Red Devils make a change. Griffin coming out of the ball game, and back in will be Christian Harvey. Nice cut down the lane. Scoop shot up and good, and that'll be Clanton once again. Or is that Roberson? They'll say it's Roberson. So Roberson, nice move down the lane, 13-8. And there's a three by Tylee Hampton. Another three-pointer. And the Red Devils shooting the three. Well, that is their fourth three-pointer here in the opening period. Mid-court, good look at Humphrey. Brown out on the high post now to Humphrey once again. Clanton gets cut off. Here's a jumper in the way short by Humphrey. Ball stripped away in the backcourt. And by the way, another change for Richmond as they have brought into the ball game now Jacoby Simpson. We haven't seen Simpson play a whole lot this year. Simpson, very athletic, but his experience just doesn't have a whole lot of varsity experience or basketball experience much at all, really.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being an athlete and giving them experience in a game like tonight.
Pass goes out of bounds. That'll be a turnover for Richmond, number 3.
As long as they understand their role and what the expectations are from Coach Wedlow, don't try to overstep your boundaries here. Just do what you're capable of doing and let the game fall into your lap.
1:26 to go. Get the ball out of Roberson's hands once he crosses the timeline. Here's Clanton. And Roberson once again. Roberson, just a junior. He'll fire the three, and he hits it. Boy, that was a downtown three for Roberson.
Joshua Clanton from Beaches.
That was not Clanton. That was Roberson, number 13, who hit that shot. So it's back to a 5-point ball game. Here's another three. Everybody's shooting threes tonight. And guess who? Trey Griffin.
Trey Griffin for 3.
So now a 19-11 lead. Red Devils zone trap once again. Brown will get it to Humphrey. Off again to Roberson. He's going to pull up on the baseline. Rims in and out. Griffin with a rebound. And Trey will bring it across the timeline. Roberson greeting him there. Roberson with 7. Christian Harvey thought about it and then will pull it out, and Red Devils will play for 1. "20 seconds remaining here in the opening period of play. We have seen 6 threes between the two teams. Here's Griffin for another one. He missed this one. Tipped up in the air by Simpson. 2 seconds remaining. Down the court to Roberson, and he will not get it off in time. And that will do it for the opening period of play. And the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard after 1. Red Devils lead this one 19-11. This is Richmond basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
At Richmond Power and Light, we're committed to Richmond. We've been a part of this community for over 114 years. We're not part of some big energy conglomerate, and we don't answer to out-of-town stockholders. Instead, we are accountable to you. And just like you, we want what's best for our hometown. That means you can count on us to provide reliable electricity at low rates. We are Richmond Power and Light, your hometown electric utility, building Richmond a better tomorrow.
Back here at the Tiernan Center, tonight's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school, group, or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice, and it will go in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. You can give him a call at 969-3400. Kyle, the end of that quarter, the Red Devils have had a difficult time this year finishing out a quarter, and they had an opportunity to get points on the board, but it probably wasn't the shot that they're looking for right there.
Well, no, and I think that, when Coach Wedlow backed them out with about 35 seconds to go to say he wants one shot, I don't think the 12-footer at the elbow with 8.6 seconds to go in the quarter is the shot that he's wanting to find. And I think that's that is something that a young basketball team needs to understand. I've got to believe Coach Wedlow and his staff, through the months and the weeks leading up to today's game and this season, they have practiced these different scenarios. Yeah. So the young man has to know that is not a shot that we want when we're talking about one shot to end the quarter. Yeah. A 12-footer from the elbow, we can get that anytime.
Ferguson will hand it off to Harvey down the lane, and the basket is good, and he's fouled.
That right there is the shot you want at the end of the quarter.
Yeah. Christian Harvey, by the way, his first 2 points. Zeke Brown picks up the foul. And the Red Devils have now opened up a 10-point lead. Well, a lot of this is going to continue developing with experience and putting yourselves in these situations time and time again as the free throws missed, and hopefully one of these days Red Devils will certainly be able to understand what they've got to do. Here's Roberson down low, layup good, and transition defense is another one.
Especially off a missed free throw.
Back the other way, Harvey with a layup. Now I think Richmond can do that all night long.
Yeah, I've got to believe that they can get to the basket, particularly against this bunch. If they continue to play man-to-man, that they can get to the basket at about any time they want. And once again, in transition for Indianapolis Christian, off a made bucket, they come right back down the end and basically have a wide-open layup that we have to make a foul on.
Yeah.
I mean, again, understand your roles, understand what it is you want defensively, and get where you're supposed to be.
The other thing that kind of bothered you about that, you had 4 guards on the floor, and it was A.J. Ferguson who was the guy that was running back.
Yeah.
Ferguson will come out. Wedlow's out of the ball game. Clemens back in. Leverett in there as well. Second free throw miss, so Humphrey misses them both. Clemens with a rebound. Red Devils lead it by 10, just underway in the second quarter, and that'll be a foul call against Simmons. And there's Harvey again. Now, Harvey has done this all year long. He's not one of those guys that we talked about that, well, I don't know if we don't see Griffin and Hampton hit the three, why they don't drive a little bit more, but they just sometimes get caught shooting the three too much. But not Harvey. Harvey will take it to the basket.
Well, I hate to beat on the drum again, but I think, Troy, that comes with a young basketball team trying to understand what the right way is to play the game.
Yeah.
And I think we would all agree that the three-pointer is a lot more sexier than a layup or going to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the end of the day, what's going to make you the most successful basketball team? I would think a combination of both.
Exactly. Both free throws good. Christian Harvey now 6 in the quarter. Tylee Hampton at the top of that zone trap. By the way, in the ball game now will be Dathan Torres. That is Torres right there with a jumper. Missed it. Rebound Harvey. Here come the Red Devils. Lead pass will find Griffin. Now Griffin penetrates. We'll find Leverett. His jumper on the way is no good. Battle for the rebound. Torres able to take it away. Nope, we're going to have a foul or a jump ball.
That's a foul.
And so a foul will be called or didn't. Well, now they're talking about maybe a timeout was called here, but question is, did they have the possession? There is a timeout on the floor. It's going to be called by the Chargers. So a 30-second timeout called by Central Christian. We'll take a timeout as well. 25-13, Red Devils on top. 6:56 to go here in period 2.
Did you know Richmond High School offers 15 advanced placement courses through a partnership with the University of Notre Dame? Did you know Richmond High School had the first high school orchestra in the United States?
And did you know Richmond High School is home to a national championship team in the Business Professionals of America? Richmond Community Schools. We are your choice for a quality education. Go to wearerichmond.com. We are back at the Tiernan Center. Troy Derengowski along with Kyle Ingram as we bring you Red Devils basketball tonight. After tonight, we won't be back until next Tuesday when we'll get the WEDIC tournament underway. Central Christian got the benefit of the timeout. And again, Richmond with that zone trap, the very soft trap, but still they've been able to turn the Chargers over 7 times. Torres on the drive will kick off now to Brown, and Brown will hit the three-pointer.
Free ball by number 15, Brown.
Brown, by the way, averaging 13 per game. That's his first three. Here is Griffin for three. Hampton for three. So Hampton coming back, his second three-pointer. He has 6. But he's one guy they'd like to see penetrate more, too.
Well, if they are going to continue to lay off of him and give him that open 20-foot jumper, and he's knocked down, 2 or 3 of them already tonight?
2 of them, yeah.
Then I would imagine Coach Wedlow, when he says he wants the kids playing a little bit more free, not afraid to make mistakes, that is a shot in the offense, an open 20-footer with a kid who can knock it down, that we'll take.
Yeah.
Now, once they decide that they've had enough of him shooting threes and making threes and decide to come out and guard him, then hopefully his next step is to make them pay by going to the basket.
Here is Griffin short. That's his second missed free throw of the night, which is unusual. Ricky Wedlow coming back in, Leverett coming out. Once again, after the game, we'll wrap things up pretty quick when we're done here, and then we go to our post-game press conference. You can see that press conference on our Facebook page live as Wedlow talks about the game, and the second free throw good. And Richmond this time will get a timeout, another 30-second timeout. We'll take a timeout as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Richmond on top, 29-16.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
We are back at the Tiernan Center, 29-16. Red Devils up by 13 here tonight over Central Christian Academy out of Indianapolis. Final game before the break. There's a tip. It went off the backboard. This will stay Charger basketball. Griffin along with Wedlow as well as Hampton. Clemens in the ball game. That one is going to be intercepted by Clemens at midcourt. 8 turnovers now by the Chargers. Here's Trey Griffin, downtown 3. That one off the mark. Now, I don't think that's what they want right there.
No, that's...
Here's Roberson back the other way. He's going to miss it. Rebounded by Hampton. And like you said before, you kind of fall in love with that. Here's another Harvey three-pointer. That one's off the mark. See, when they're falling, it's fun, but when they're not falling, then you got to kind of rein that in.
Those last two possessions are to me much like a turnover. They are wasted offensive opportunities by taking shots that aren't there.
Yeah.
A 23-footer and a 20-footer. Granted, maybe by 2 of your better basketball players. They are sitting back right now, daring Richmond to drive the basketball, and we just get into the middle of the paint on that possession right there. And what do you get out of that?
Yeah.
You've got nothing.
Here come the Chargers back the other way. Bucket good by Clanton, and Richmond's going to get a timeout as Clanton scores and cuts the deficit as the Red Devils now lead it by just 11. And Coach Wedlow's not happy with his ball club. Hey, tonight's game brought to you in part by Purdue Polytechnic. A Purdue degree is just down the road in Richmond. Purdue Polytechnic offers degrees in computer graphic technology, including web programming design, animation, and game studies. Other degrees include industrial and mechanical engineering technology and organizational leadership. Purdue Polytechnic enrollment is year-round. Give them a call at 973-8228 or visit their website at purdue.edu/Richmond.
You know, Troy, we talked earlier that in high school basketball there's not a shot clock.
Right.
And when you're up 13, 14, 15 points midway through the second quarter and you are not getting any defensive pressure 23, 24, 25 feet away from the basket, that to me is not an open invitation to take a jump shot. That to me is an invitation, you know what, we're just going to make them come guard us because they can't guard us.
Yeah.
They've proven that. Richmond's gotten to the basket whenever they wanted to get to the basket so far through the first quarter and a half, and in 2 possessions they take 2 23-foot jumpers. That's like a turnover.
And that's why Coach Weddle, I think, called the timeout. You could hear him yelling his ball club up here.
Yep.
And rightfully so. Get him back in the offense. Here's Wedlow driving and missing the layup. He couldn't finish that one.
It's all right. It's a good offensive possession.
Here come the Chargers once again. I agree. Anytime you get it to the rim like that, just got to finish now. Roberson near the midcourt circle. Now it'll be Brown. That is Clanton, who had the good first period, has 6. Torres. Now a little motion offense put together here by Central Christian. The drive by Clanton, high off the glass and good. Clanton with 8. And all of a sudden it's back to a 9-point lead. Halfway through the second. Now, if he shoots it from there, what do you think that Wedlow would do?
I think he'll call another timeout, and the young man better just go to the locker room.
Well, there's another missed shot on the Harvey attempt, and Richmond's missed 2 layups in a row. That one a little more contested. Here's Brown. He's going to fire the 3, miss it, and the rebound by Hampton. Here's Hampton. We'll throw that underhand pass, almost threw it away to Wedlow, and now the Red Devils reset it.
Great decision right there by Mr. Harvey. Bring it back out, set it up. Make them play defense. Make them guard you. They can't guard us. They cannot guard us.
Here's Wedlow.
Make them work. Boom. What do you got? Right open 15-foot free throw line.
Yep, just missed it.
Try to take it all night long.
They're eventually going to fall.
Absolutely.
You know that. There's Hampton unable to get that one. So now Central Christian could possibly pull to within 6 right here. Here's Simmons on the drive down to Torres. Missed it. Feeds it off, and the bucket no good that time by Zeke Brown. Here come the Red Devils back the other way. Lead pass will find Harvey. Back outside again to Griffin. Around the perimeter in the corner. Here's Hampton for 3. Good. Hampton now with 9.
That was excellent ball movement there in transition. A secondary break. Nice pass to the corner, an open look. You got rewarded.
They always talk about the extra pass, and that's exactly what they got.
Yes, sir.
Up by 12. Torres out to Clanton. Clanton's going to drive himself and get another one. Well, Clanton's having quite a night. He's down double figures with 10. So now the Red Devils with just over 2 minutes remaining. Here is Clemens in the lane, good, and anything you get out of Keyshawn offensively is a huge bonus.
Big man got rewarded. Good for him.
And he's getting better as the season goes along. He hasn't been certainly comfortable in that low post. Here's Clanton, another 3, good. Well, they're staying right with the Red Devils. 34-25. Wedlow. Now it'll be Hampton again. Another 3, missed it. Rebound by Christian Harvey. His shot no good off the glass. Clemens put back, yes.
Not a way to work down there, big man. Way to work.
Clemens now with 4, and if I'm not mistaken, that's a season high. 1:17 remaining. That is Simmons. Zeke Brown will give it out to Torres, and they'll work it to Clanton. Clanton's had his way in the first half with 10. And there's another turnover. That's number 9 now for Central Christian. 59 seconds. Down-court pass will find Harvey. Sets for the 3 and missed that one. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be Central Christian basketball. Now, Christian Harvey, wide open 3. Do you want him to take a step, or do you want him just to drive it?
Troy, to me, the best it would have been go to the basket with the ball. What's he going to do? He's going to do one of two things. He's going to convert a layup and get fouled, or they're going to back off and he's going to convert a layup.
Yeah.
What are the percentages?
Much higher.
Much higher.
Yeah. 45 seconds.
Guarantee he makes 9 out of 10 layups.
Roberson is going to go to the line. You know, and that's what right now Central Christian's decided to do. They're going to take it at Richmond.
Sure.
And even though Clanton hit that last 3, he has gone to the basket in his last 3 possessions. And now here is Roberson at the line. A.J. Ferguson picking up his second foul.
At the line, hits the first. Jacoby Simpson checks in.
Jacoby Simpson back in for Richmond. 40.1 seconds remaining. Second free throw, no good. Simpson there for the Red Devils. And we'll see if Richmond will play for one with a 10-point lead.
Travel.
And, yep.
See, there again, obviously that's a turnover. But understanding what you can do with that possession right there and then. What's he going to do with the basketball there?
Yeah.
There wasn't anything there from the moment he penetrated the lane, so let's don't try to make something happen if it's not there.
Roberson
Pull it back out.
With the reverse layup, and it's a 8-point ball game. Boy, Roberson now in double figures. 2 players in double figures tonight for Central Christian. Here's a 3 on the way by Wedlow, no good. And you shot it early that time. 9 seconds on the clock when he shot it. Here is a shot at the buzzer, and that one hits the bottom of the net. We have made it to halftime. On your Wesley Bates Wealth Management halftime scoreboard, it is Richmond 36, Central Christian 28. We'll be back with our halftime report in a moment. This is Richmond basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770. We'd like you to know why public power is important to you. In small towns and cities across America, locally owned public power systems like ours represent local people working together to meet local needs. Our only purpose is to provide an essential service at the lowest possible cost. This makes a big difference in rates and service, and all the benefits we produce at home stay at home. Richmond Power and Light, your locally owned electric utility. Together, we make powerful partners.
Maybe you knew that Indiana University East has world-renowned professors and 50 highly respected IU degree programs. Still, there's someone you should meet. He's a red wolf. He's Rufus, our mascot. He's here for our intercollegiate sports, dozens of student clubs, and to make sure things aren't too, well, tame. Check us out at iue.edu or drop by. But be careful. No leash. IU, focused on you.
Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com.
You've got too much stuff in your house or in your business and nowhere to put it all. What do? Here's the answer. Quaker City Storage in Richmond. Quaker City Storage offers various size units for either short-term or long-term storage. You'll get the best rates in town, and you always have 24-hour lighted access to your stuff. Quaker City Storage on Industrial Parkway next to A House Tool. Quaker City Storage is a proud supporter of all Richmond High School athletics.
The last time I was in for service at Best One, I let Roger know my brakes were squeaking. So they checked them out, and Roger told me it was just a little moisture. Not to worry, everything was fine. Well, that was just the reassurance I needed. I trust the team at Best One, just like I trust my own dad.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark. At Best One Tire and Service, we only fix what needs to be fixed. When your car or truck leaves our shop, the service you request will be done right. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Hey, Chuck, where you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
We're back at the Tiernan Center. Tonight's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. And each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors. Just $3.50 at Subway, with it being Wednesday, the turkey breast, Thursday, the Italian BMT, and then Friday, the tuna. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. 36-28 at halftime. We'll get to the numbers coming up here in just a couple of moments. The thing is, you saw some positives in the first half, but still there's some areas that even when Coach Wedlow called the timeout with 4:55 remaining before halftime and really gave it to his basketball team, and we'll certainly want to ask him about what he said to them during that timeout, but they've got to find a way, Kyle, to stop. Like you said it time and time again, make that flow into your offense, but, they took some situations there that it wasn't an area they should have done.
Well, and I think, Troy, sometimes you fall into the trap as an undersized basketball team thinking that you have to live with the three.
Yeah.
And with, Liberty Christian, I think size-wise we're comparable. Maybe there are some teams on the schedule looking ahead that might have us outsized a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's really not about the size. Yeah. It's about getting yourself in position. It's just like rebounding. Yeah. I got to put a tail on you. All right, I got to keep you and me in front of the basketball, you behind me. Okay, yeah. So size doesn't really come into play. And I hate to see that the Red Devils seem to think that the only way they can be successful is by shooting the three. Now, I don't know how many threes they shot, but I know they probably shot 2-to-1 threes versus the little two-pointer.
Yeah.
And they may come back and go, well, we didn't shoot enough free throws. Well, you've got to be a pretty stupid basketball team defensively to foul a three-point shooter.
Right.
So you're either going to live with it or, as we said earlier, you're going to die with it. And there's been several opportunities tonight where they've had some open looks from three, whether it's early in the offensive possession or even later. But, again, there's no shot clock. And when you've got that open path to the basket, take it.
Yeah.
Don't care if there's 6'10" guy in there or not. More than likely at this level, we saw it a couple of times, if they block a shot, there's something in the rule book that says you can't block a shot in high school basketball because it's a foul.
Right.
Well, I'll take my chances by going to the free throw line and getting that foul call versus shooting a 23-footer.
The other one was the quick shot. They had 9 seconds left in the quarter and ended up shooting it a little bit early. They need to get that clock run down because they gave Central Christian another possession in that quarter. Again, you got to be smart about it in your basketball IQ to know about that situation too. You don't want them to have another possession.
No, and understand what it is you want in that one shot.
Yeah.
Understand what it is you want in that one. And if it's that open look from the corner with 2 or 3 seconds left, good. Yeah. You don't want it with 9 seconds left in the quarter of the half.
Yeah, very true. Here's how the first half scoring went. First off for Central Christian, Michael Roberson led the way with 12. In fact, take that back. Josh Clanton had 13 points. Michael Roberson finished with 12, and Zeke Brown, he finished with 3. For the Red Devils, Trey Griffin with 11, Tylee Hampton with 9, 7 by Christian Harvey, Rick Wedlow with 5, and Keyshawn Clemens, he finished with 4. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Square Donuts of Richmond, and whether it's a delicious breakfast, afternoon treat, or a midnight snack, everyone loves the taste of Square Donuts of Richmond. Enjoy those huge cinnamon rolls or any of the other crowd favorites, including maple bacon, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo cream, pumpkin spice, and many, many more. And, of course, grab those award-winning glazed donuts, voted #1 in the entire state. Proud to be your favorite donut shop at home to the best donuts in town and the only squares around, Square Donuts of Richmond. We're at halftime. 36-28, second half coming up in a moment. This is Richmond Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
All the amenities you want and the convenience you need. Your next apartment is waiting for you at Chester Heights Apartments in Richmond. Chester Heights Apartments come with 1, 2, or 3 bedrooms with central air, inside laundry, swimming pool, and a new regulation-size volleyball court. Chester Heights also offers convenient access to IU East, Reed Hospital, shopping, restaurants, and more. Call today for specials. Chester Heights Apartments on Chester Boulevard in Richmond, a proud supporter of all Richmond High School athletics.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers, you know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Hey, tonight's game brought to you in part by New Vision Sports, and you can get your new year started on the right track, joining players of all ages at a New Year's Day workout with New Vision Sports. It'll be from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. The cost is just $30 for all ages. You can contact New Vision Sports at 977-5831 or register at newvisionsports@gmail.com. That's newvisionsports with a Z at gmail.com. We are ready for the second half. The Red Devils will go with their original starting lineup. No one in foul trouble really tonight. Simmons has 2 for Central Christian. Richmond has A.J. Ferguson with 2. So that is not a concern here tonight so far. And it looks like the original starting lineup in for Central Christian as well. So Red Devils will get a little better look at their offense here right in front of us here in the second half. Harvey.
Looks like they've come out in a 1-3-1 zone.
Here's Ferguson. Well, this will be interesting. Richmond's always looking to attack gaps where they can find them in their offense. Griffin not even thinking about the 3 until he pulls up right there and misses. And the rebound by Roberson. So now Central Christian with the basketball. And Roberson will work it back over to Clanton. Here is another 3, no good by Zeke Brown. And a foul in the backcourt by Simmons. He just picked up his 3rd.
It'll be interesting to see how the Devils attack the zone, whether they continue to dribble around the perimeter and look for the open 3, or whether they'll, like you just mentioned, penetrate the gaps and look to screen at the elbow, drop it down on the low block, maybe then kick it out to the wing for an open 3.
Wedlow working right now to Griffin. Skip pass to Harvey. Harvey driving baseline, pulls up and scores. There you go.
There you go. That's a great job of Christian right there. Took advantage of the baseline, one defender. Nice finish.
Has Central stopped Richmond other than the missed layups a couple of times? They haven't stopped him yet.
Nope. That old adage, we've stopped ourselves.
Yeah. Brown will find Simmons for three. And they're just kind of hanging around, aren't they? Simmons with his first three. So only down by 7. Wedlow back once again, and Harvey was thinking about the three. Need a little more movement here against this zone, too. Here's Griffin driving.
There we go.
Yep, there's
Good.
Harvey in the corner. Got it.
Good penetration there.
So Richmond leading it by 10.
Now what I'd really like to see the Red Devils do is sit down and guard. Sit down and guard. Make them work at this end.
Here's Zeke Brown.
Take advantage of your athleticism against this bunch and create pressure.
Brown fires another three. Well, you got to get a hand up there, too.
And nobody came off that ball screen. It's kind of lackadaisical with the effort.
Back to a 7-point ball game. Here is Wedlow from the corner, missing the three. Clemens unable to come up with Roberson coming out on the run. Roberson, he's going to take it himself. Scoop shot good, and boy, Richmond's defense not very good on that time, on that possession. 41-36. Skip pass in the corner to Wedlow. Griffin losing it. We'll find Harvey. He'll drive, and that'll be a blocking foul called against Humphrey. Just picked up his second.
All night long, Troy. They can do this all night long. Richmond, that is. Take it right at them.
Clemens coming out. And another change for Central is Simmons again with those 3 fouls. They will come with Terrell Buckner, who is a 5'11" guard, and the inbound Harvey. Richmond scoring off the inbound. So Buckner is in. He wears number 22. And it'll be Central Christian basketball. 4:40 to go here in period 3. That is Humphrey.
Good defense there. Stay on your feet.
Yeah, Clanton got Harvey in the air. Here's Buckner, and a quick touch foul that time on Trey Griffin.
Wow.
And check on Trey Griffin. That'll be his first team first.
So the first team foul on the Red Devils here in the second half. I mentioned earlier, you're going to have to generate a lot of your own energy. Not a whole lot of fans here tonight. There's a double team, and a timeout will be called by Central Christian. We will take a timeout as well. There you see the time and the score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. This is Richmond basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
Well, the Red Devils on top of this one, 43-36. By the way, they're one of the game tonight in the North Central Conference. Harrison is at Tri-West, and then there'll be 3 games tomorrow, including East Chicago and Tech. These games will be played at Marion. Maryville plays McCutcheon, and Mount Vernon will take on Marion. So a few more games tomorrow in the NCC. And that'll be an over and back, and a turnover by Central Christian. Their 10th turnover, and that's just not a very smart play that time by the Chargers.
Yeah, they just kind of fell asleep.
Cannot take it across that line. So now Richmond basketball. Hampton back once again to Harvey. Red Devils work it around the perimeter. They got 4 guards in the lineup. Here is Hampton back outside to Wedlow. 3-pointer good. There you go again.
Penetrate and kick, penetrate and kick. Excellent offensive ball movement right there by the Red Devils. Excellent.
Well, we've said when this team does the right things, it can be very good. That shot's way short at the other end by Humphrey. A.J. Ferguson with a rebound. Here comes Richmond again. Trey down the lane, and we have seen him do that, and we wish we would see him do it more. 13. And just like that, it's a 12-point lead.
Indianapolis wants timeout.
And they will get another. Boy, they burned 2 quick timeouts. As we will take a timeout as well. 3:30 remaining in the third on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Richmond up by 12.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
I might bring that up.
We're back at the Tiernan Center. Jason Wise, one of our sponsors, Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice, and it'll go in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-30-400. Well, we just saw Trey Griffin penetrate and score. The Red Devils lead it by 12. Central Christian trying to keep this one from getting away from them, so they called a quick timeout. Simmons inside to Clanton. They went opposite to Humphrey, and it's knocked out of bounds, but a turnover as it went off the hands of a Central Christian player. That's now their 11th turnover.
Well, as far as Trey is concerned, you know, he and the other Red Devils, it'd be interesting if you asked them a question. If there was no three-point line, if every basket was worth 2 points, would they continue to shoot 20, 23-footers, or would they be more aggressive and go to the basket? Yeah. Guarantee they would probably say, I'd like to go to the basket. Yeah. Well, that's how they ought to be thinking.
Well, let's see what the Red Devils do here with 3 minutes remaining. A.J. sets that high screen and rolls.
Travel.
Yep. Boy, got to stop right there. But only 5 turnovers by Richmond. Take that jump stop and then get the defender in the air.
And that's exactly what Coach Wedlow was talking to him. Don't get in a hurry. Gather yourself. Power it up.
Here's Roberson. Roberson throws that one up with the right hand. Missed it. Ferguson comes out with the outlet pass. Went behind Hampton. But Tiley able to regroup. Back to Ferguson. The kick out. Good ball movement in the corner to Trey.
Swing it one more time. One more.
There you go. There's Hampton. Left it short, but you're exactly right. But there's A.J. in position. Another offensive rebound for A.J. Ferguson.
Way to go, A.J.
And Coach will tell you that every time we talk to Coach on Monday. Boy, the extra pass, the extra pass, the extra pass. Here is Hampton, another 3. And that's not what we were looking for there. Here's Roberson all the way and left it short. Might have been partially blocked by Harvey. In the corner to Hampton. Back outside to Harvey. Pulls up and left that one way off the mark. I think if he takes one dribble, steps in one step, and shoots it.
You got a 12-point lead. And the last 2 shots you've taken have been from 25 feet, and they've both been air balls.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point in time, Richmond's their own worst enemy. And your point's well taken, too. Instead of the 23-footer, step in 3 or 4 feet, shoot the 19-footer.
Yeah. Torres coming back in for Central. .145 remaining before the finish of the third quarter. Richmond hasn't shaken this team yet. Still a 12-point lead for the Red Devils. Here's Clanton. He's hit a 3 early. Roberson will drive, kicks it in the corner. Here's another 3, good, and that'll be Simmons for 3. His second three-pointer. And it's back once again to a 9-point lead. We can tell Central Christian only a 1A school, but they'll give some teams in the 1A ranks a little bit of trouble.
Absolutely.
Here's Wedlow. A.J. Ferguson, his short jumper no good. Harvey unable to get the rebound. Torres comes out with it. Torres trapped and turns it over for the 12th time, and the layup by Harvey. Boy, Torres needed to look behind and got himself in trouble. And a low pass intended for Simmons, and the Chargers turn it over for the 13th time. Leverett will come in, and Trey Griffin will sit down. We will also see Keyshawn Clemens come back in.
Maybe the Red Devils might play for one shot here. Let's see how they do this in the third quarter.
Well, they have not been real successful finishing at quarters when it comes down to the clock running down, so I'll be curious to see how they execute this as well. Leverett at 22 seconds, hit it. So 53-39, A.J. gets the steal. Here is Harvey, layup good. Richmond using their defense. And it's to a 16-point lead. 2 seconds to go, 1 second, and another turnover by Central Christian, and Richmond will finish out the quarter strong. We will head to the fourth on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Richmond on top, 55-39.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. It's not just about the quality work, it's also about customer service. It's about attention to details and making absolutely sure you are 100% satisfied. If that's the kind of experience you want in your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Give them a call at 966-0994. Back at the Tiernan Center, tonight's game brought to you in part by Harrington Hoke Insurance, where they spend every day working to make this community better, safer, and more enjoyable because their focus is on insurance, and that's it. They're on top of industry changes and are a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs, whether it's business, personal, life, or health. That's why when it comes to protecting you and what's important to you, Harrington Oak insures it. Give them a call at 962-9502 or go to their website, harringtonhoke.com. Well, Richmond able to open up a 16-point lead as we get set for the fourth quarter. They held Central Christian to 11 points in the third. Here is Torres will find Roberson for three. Missed it. Clemens battling with his teammate Harvey. Harvey comes away with it. Leverett will set for another three and get that one. How about Leverett? 58-39. Here's Simmons. He'll find Zeke Brown, who left it short. Clemens will get it to Harvey. Harvey now to Wedlow. Another three. Good. Well, they're starting to now pull away here in the fourth quarter. They say it's just a two, though. And we've got a timeout. So 60-39, just a two by the freshman Rick Wedlow. We will take a timeout. There you see it, 60-39. Red Devils on top of the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Purdue Polytechnic. A Purdue degree is just down the road here in Richmond. Purdue Polytechnic offers degrees in computer graphic technology, including web programming and design, animation, and game studies. And other degrees include industrial and mechanical engineering technology and organizational leadership. Purdue Polytechnic. Enrollment is year-round, so give them a call at 973-8228 or visit their website, purdue.edu/Richmond. That's purdue.edu/Richmond. We were talking about that last shot by Wedlow, and I think maybe the official thought he stepped on the line, but it was actually the white line, not the red line, and it's the red line.
Yes, and I think he may have gotten confused, and if this were a ball game that maybe within a point or two, that could have been a huge problem. But fortunately for the Devils, they're up 21, and at this point in time, not in any real danger.
Here's a three-pointer, no good, as Central starting to fall apart. Zeke Brown misses the three. Here is a nice drive bucket, good by Harvey, and as you said earlier, all day long.
Well, here's the thing about the Devils and their defense. If they can control the tempo and how they go making good, smart decisions, as the game goes on, teams eventually have to play at their tempo.
Yeah.
And in the last minute of that third quarter, Liberty Christian started to press a little bit. You know, they got the ball in the hands of a guy who shouldn't be having the ball in his hands, trying to take it up the floor, trap, turn it over. Got the ball in the guy's hands, makes a bad pass, turn it over. Yeah. Instead of doing the things that they were doing for the first 2 3/4 of the third quarter by playing at their tempo, they had to hurry up. Yeah. And now, Richmond comfortably ahead by 23 points and forcing the issue.
Buckner back in now for Central Christian. Another change for Central Christian. Looks like 32. Price Brown has come in. That shot's missed. Price Brown is wearing number 32 tonight. Red Devil basketball. Here's Wedlow. Hampton will drive down the lane. Marcus will give it off to Wedlow again. And Richmond will have to come back, reset it. A little discombobulated right there.
Good by Coach Wedlow. Kind of got him organized. Got him into an offensive set. Well done.
Wedlow drives, misses the layup. A little short-handed on the shot. Here's Roberson. Nice move by Roberson in the lane, and he'll be fouled by Christian Harvey.
Yeah, he kind of got bailed out there, but that's... Earlier we had a little commercial there from Harrington Hope, and Tim Miller and the folks there at Harrington Hope do a wonderful job in this city and for the area in particular. And they've got a son by the name of Jake who is one of the top golfers in the nation. Yeah. Not just in the area, but in the nation. And I think the young man, he may very well be that next guy from this city that you read about in years to come where the big boys are at. So
look for him, huh?
Absolutely. He's a terrific young man, comes from a great family, and he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Trey Griffin will come in, and Tylee Hampton will sit down. By the way, next week the wedding will get underway. 8 games that first day, all of those games right here on Radio Troy. It'll be a long day. 2 of those will be Richmond. Clanton inside and misses the layup. There is the rebound by Clemens. Clanton, 13 in the first half, has not scored in the second half. Marcus drives. Leverett can't get it to go, and the rebound by Simmons. Here's Simmons the other way. He hurries the shot and misses. Ball in the lane, and we've got a foul call. They may have gotten Keyshawn Clemens. We'll see Philip Hobbs come in. So Philip Hobbs, number 21, coming in the lineup. Marcus Leverett will sit down. And here is Zeke Brown once again for Central Christian. Well, if Marcus can give you those kind of production minutes off the bench, he'll get more playing time.
And that might be something that the coaching staff, look for this evening. And if so, that's a big positive.
Zeke Brown for 3.
To develop depth. And if the Devils can develop depth between now and February when your tournament play begins, that's nothing but a positive for them moving forward.
And they need to develop some depth. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They've been relying so much on the starting 5 or 6 that they got to find some guys to give them something off the bench on a consistent basis too.
Yep.
Richmond will really spread the floor right here. Here is Wedlow getting away from a couple of defenders and missing. A lot of contact, no whistle. Back the other way, Roberson. In the corner, here's a three on the way, no good. As in the ball game is going to be Cole Fender. Fender coming in, he wears number 12. Here's Wedlow driving strong and scoring. Well, that time Wedlow didn't settle for an outside shot.
Nope.
By the way, Fender wearing number 12. Here's Roberson missing. Brown went for the rebound. Clemens on the floor.
It's a great defensive play by Clemens, too. Probably should have gotten the charge and been rewarded with great defense. As it turns out, he got the rebound laying down. That's a good play by him.
Hobson missed the shot. The ball goes all the way to the other end of the floor and goes out of bounds. This will be Richmond basketball. Clemens coming out. A.J. Ferguson coming back in. Buckner coming back in for Central. Torres coming in as well. Simmons will sit down, and also sitting down will be Fender. Well, you play a game like this, Kyle, and people are going to say it was originally scheduled to be Dayton Dunbar.
Okay.
But since they didn't want to come over, Richmond had to find a game. In your estimation, does Richmond, other than the win, what did they get out of a game like this? People are going to say, well, you should have won the game anyway, so what's the big deal? But Richmond needed to get a win before that wedding.
Well, I think the win, regardless, it's about developing team. Okay?
Right.
And whether it's playing a team that's like North Central or Warren Central, Lawrence North, or Dayton Dunbar, this is a good quality competition from the folks over in Indianapolis, and our kids, being young, are growing into their youth. They're growing into the game. They're growing from the standpoint of understanding competition. Okay, and I think one of the things that when you're a Richmond and you hear, well, you should win this game. Well, that's not why they play the game.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, it's 32 minutes for a reason.
Yeah.
And, this is a 21-point game. Richmond could probably be up 40. But then again, we could be tied.
Yeah.
So I think they've learned a little bit about themselves. They've picked up some quality depth by playing some kids who haven't had a chance to play a lot of minutes. And there's nothing ever wrong with playing a game.
Yeah.
And I think they've only learned good things. And they'll take the week now and prepare for the wedding. And I think this will be seen to look back on and go, it was beneficial to us.
And you look at some of the games they played as Richmond will have the basketball following the timeout. You play in North Central. You had to go down to East Central and play them. They play a different style of basketball. We saw Jay County. They really slow things down a lot. So you've seen a little bit of everything so far this year that really should keep preparing you for the conference season and beyond.
Well, and I think if you take a look at what the kids tonight have learned from Richmond, would you rather learn things in a win where you actually had to work a little bit, or would you rather go and get drubbed like they did against North Central and look at that and go, what did we really learn from this?
Yeah.
Okay. To me, they got nothing out of that game other than an L.
Ferguson scoring the basket, and he will go to the line. Clanton will pick up the foul. That's number 3 on Clanton. Well, you've got to build some confidence to someplace. They've had some close losses. Bottom line is, you look at about 4 of their games, it's been within 1 to 5 points that they've lost these games in. And you go back to Tech, they had a chance to win that one. They had a lead in that game. Their second night as Torres takes it down low and misses. But they lose the next night in a close one, just trying to find a way to close out some wins, too. Here's Harvey, left hand shot, no good. But he'll go to the line.
And I know we've kind of talked about it ad nauseum tonight about the youth and inexperience. But those games early in the year that they had the chance to win, coming down the stretch, they obviously failed to execute.
Yeah.
And maybe, they turn it over 18 times and, maybe they shoot 65% from the free throw line or whatever. part of this tonight, I think, gives them a feel of an understanding of, for us to win those games that we weren't as successful early in the year, this is what we have to do to overcome that as we move forward. So from that standpoint, I think tonight, regardless of the competition, is extremely beneficial to a young basketball team like Richmond. Now, would you like to see them continue to improve on their decision-making, understanding when they've got numbers and when to back things away, and when to take full advantage of different opportunities? Yes. But there was some of that tonight that you saw. And Coach Wedlow, I think, took a more of a forceful approach from the coaching standpoint of understanding when things were getting out of sync, boom, he called a timeout. And he let him know he wasn't happy. They get out of sync running their offensive sets, and he freaking hollers at them and tells them to bring that thing back out and let's work it around. So good for him.
By the way, Roberson hit that last three, and the Red Devils with just their 6th turnover of the night. So now Richmond back on defense. 1:32 to go.
Oh, my.
Short range shot here by Humphreys, no good. And the rebound put back underneath. Clanton, by the way, gets his first 2 points of the second half. So the Red Devils clamp down on Clanton. We will take, in fact, that was a timeout by Central Christian. We'll take a timeout as well. 1:23 remaining. Red Devils on top of this one, 68-48.
There is one thing for sure in my life. I know nothing about fixing cars. That's why I take my vehicles to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main in Richmond. Their experts have the knowledge to service and repair even the most challenging auto problems. So if you have an automotive question, they have the answers at Beach Automotive, 110 East Main in Richmond. Or give them a call at 765-966-8181 or visit their website, beach-auto.com. Did you know Richmond Schools offers an instrumental music program in grades 5 through 12? Did you know Richmond Schools offer classes in Chinese, French, and Spanish? And did you know Richmond offers a full slate of intermediate school athletic programs such as golf, swimming, volleyball, football, basketball, and baseball? Richmond Community Schools. We are your choice for a quality education. Go to wearerichmond.com.
We are down to our last 1:23 of this one. Don't forget, after the game, when we get Coach Wedlow, we'll have it on Twitter and Facebook, the live interview. Simpson back in. Get an opportunity. We'll also try to run down maybe a player or two. We'll name the Wesley Bates Wealth Management Player of the Game and the Subway Sub of the Game. Here's Simpson. By the way, the Red Devils have made another change as they have brought into the ball game now Jacob Jones, number 50, and a drive and a score by Christian Harvey. 70-48. One thing about Jones, he's not very tall, but he is very physical, and he just challenged that three right there. The missed shot by Roberson, the drive and another miss. And here come the Red Devils once again, 45 seconds to go. Harvey will drive, and he's going to draw the foul against Kobe Simmons. Red Devils will make another change with 41 seconds remaining as Jordan Fry, a 6'1 sophomore, about ready to come in. There you see Christian.
Nice size young man there coming in off the bench. You say sophomore.
Sophomore. Coach likes the few of these young kids, and Christian misses the free throw. He's had a tough night at the free throw line. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 misses tonight for Harvey. Looks like Wedlow's done for the night. 12 points by Rick tonight.
Solid night for the freshman.
Free throw on the way and good. So Harvey will get one of two. By the way, Colton Davis will come in, so Harvey's done. 22 points tonight by Christian Harvey. Red Devils have taken their entire starting lineup out, and so Keyshawn Clemens is done with 4. Trey Griffin with 13. Here's another 3 on the way, good by Roberson. Roberson, nice-looking young man, too.
Yes.
19 seconds. Red Devils turnover. That's number 7. Shot in the lane missed by Humphrey. Richmond gets it back with 10 seconds to go. Well, they're going to let him play this one out, I think. Roberson will score again. 2 seconds to go, and that'll, 0.5, and we've got an offensive foul called against Davis. Well, he's good at that, by the way.
You know, he did do that.
But
what led to that? Yeah. It were the 14 train wrecks in the last 30 seconds with no whistle.
The inbound, the quick release, and that'll do it. So the final score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Richmond 71, Central Christian 53. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. This is Richmond basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Hi, this is Troy Darengowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti, or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So of course I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Red Devils win at 71-53, so the Red Devils pick up their second win of the year. Central Christian will fall to 4-4, but Kyle, thanks for being with us. You made a lot of good points tonight. When the Red Devils did what they needed to do in executing the offense and playing good defense and in transition and rebounding, it's a different basketball team. But when you saw and they didn't do that, you saw the other team we've seen a few times this year.
Absolutely, but I think you saw more of the team that they want to become tonight.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the opportunity to play a game, there comes a time when it gets stagnant when you're playing against each other all the time. And so from that standpoint, tonight's game was beneficial for the Red Devils in that it gave them a chance to mature and grow up a little bit more. Get some kids who maybe haven't had some extended playing time, that opportunity for playing time. And consequently, you now become a better basketball team. And, the decision-making, the defense, the idea of sharing the basketball, understanding when you had an advantage, when you didn't have the advantage, just playing good, smart Richmond Red Devil basketball was seen more tonight than I probably would say in the previous 6 or 7 games. But there's still work to do. And Coach Wedlow is going to understand that. I mean, by no means are they a finished product. But like we said at the very beginning, it's not about how you are right now. Okay? There's not a complete team in the state of Indiana right now. Everybody's working toward that completion and being that basketball team that they want to be come March. And Richmond High School and the Red Devils are no different.
Time to give you the final numbers. The leading scorer, Roberson, for Central Christian with 23. Clanton had 15. The Red Devils led by Christian Harvey with 22. Rick Wedlow finished with 12. Trey Griffin, 13. Tylee Hampton with 9 points, 6 points by Marcus Leverett, 3 points by A.J. Ferguson, and 4 by Keyshawn Clemens. Time to name the Subway sub of the game. I think Marcus probably the Subway sub of the game. He had a couple of big threes in that second half, in which the Red Devils started to get that lead a little bit more and more as the game went along. I thought he played well off the bench tonight.
Well, and that is something that you mentioned earlier that they need to develop. Is depth on the bench. And if they can get that kind of production from him, as well as some of the others, game in and game out. Come March, as you alluded to earlier, this could very well be a very good basketball team.
Yeah.
When it's time to be a very good basketball team.
Yeah.
And they had a couple of the post players in there. The Ferguson young man and Clement.
Yeah.
Come in, give you good solid minutes, play good solid defense. No stupid fouls.
Yeah.
Just be a post presence. Do all the work that most kids don't want to do. Rebound, defend, set screens.
Yeah.
And so from that standpoint, that's another positive I think that Coach Wedlow can take from tonight. But I would agree. The young man that came off the bench and gave them an offensive boost and kind of helped slow things down just enough for the Red Devils to kind of get a feel for who they are tonight. I couldn't agree more. Nice choice.
Wesley Bates, Wealth Management Player of the Game. I'm going to go with Rick Wedlow tonight. I think he played well as a freshman, 12 points. I know Christian Harvey at 22, but I think Rick played well tonight. And, you see him starting to develop more and more as the season goes along as a very young man and trying to play the varsity game for the first time.
Well, there's a lot that I see in him, not so much from the physical standpoint yet, but the young man in Joel Okafor. Who came in here as a freshman and played extremely well. The difference being is that, the young Wedlow man is playing for his father.
Yeah.
And regardless of how you do, your father and you are always going to go home, and it's going to be you, the young man, who he's going to yell at just because he knows he can get yelled at, and he knows that Coach Wedlow knows he can yell at him. But I think what he will understand as he moves forward, what his role is going to be. It's a little bit much maybe to ask of a freshman to be your leader.
Yeah.
But he's your point guard.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the point guard? Point guard's the leader.
Yeah.
And he has to grow up and mature into the game and understand when things are getting a little haywire, things are a little helter-skelter, things are out of control, which is, I think, why earlier, it'll be interesting, why Coach Wedlow called that timeout and really chewed on them early in the second quarter because he went right at his son.
Yeah.
And the sooner that the young man can understand, you know what, this is what's being asked of me, and it's not because I'm Coach Wedlow's son.
Yeah.
It's because that's what comes with my title as point guard. Yeah. Then I think these other young men on this basketball team will accept that.
Yeah.
There's no petty jealousies here.
Yeah.
If you're a true team, it's about what have we done tonight. We had a successful night tonight. You know what? It's done.
Yeah.
You go to practice tomorrow and get better. And you get ready for that first opponent in the wedding, which I think is Seton.
Yeah.
And they better come ready to play.
Yeah. All right. Again, the Wesley Bates Wealth Management Player of the Game, Rick Wedlow, he finished tonight with 12. Listen, good to see you. Have a Merry Christmas to you and your family, too, okay?
Merry Christmas
thank
to
you
as well, and all the listeners out there. Merry Christmas.
All right, thank you very much. Again, we'll be back with the Wedlow on Tuesday. Thanks for being with us with the Weddick tournament, not the Wedlow tournament. 71-53, the final tonight. Thanks for being with us. This has been Richmond Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.